Welcome back to Caffeine Confessionals. My name is Allan. I recently wrote an article where I talked about some of the best confessional givers in challenge history. People like Coral, Devon, The Miz, Theo Von, and so on and so forth. Today, I'm going to bring to you the stats on who has the most confessionals throughout this franchise's history. And what's important to remember is that back in the old days of the show, there were only 30-minute episodes. Thus, there would be less confessionals per episode. Meanwhile, today, we have 90-minute episodes, meaning we get a hell of a lot more confessionals now. I'm going to bring to you the top 25, and I'm going to go in detail on the top 10. In order, from 25 to 11, 25th place, Cam Williams. 24th place, Laurel Stuckey. 23rd place, DM Brown. 22nd place, Tori Deal. 21st place, Jenna Compono. 20th place, Kyle Christie. 19th place, Nelson Thomas. 18th place, Camilla Nakagawa. 17th place, Ashley Mitchell. 16th place, Evan Starkman. 15th place, Derek Kozinski. 14th place, Kenny Santucci. 13th place, Sarah Rice. 12th place, Brad Fiorenza. And coming in at 11th place is Jordan Wisely. In 10th place with 414 confessionals as of episode 6 of Double Agents, having just passed Jordan Wisely, is Leroy Garrett. Leroy's been on 12 seasons of the challenge. That's the fourth most of any male competitor ever, thus it's no surprise that he's in this top 10. He's actually only been in the top 10 of confessionals of a single season twice throughout his 12-season career. In 9th place with 424 confessionals in 8 seasons is Mr. Corey Warden, and Leroy's only 10 behind him, meaning Leroy could pass him up by the end of the season if Corey gets eliminated first. If he doesn't, Corey should have the lead for the rest of his career. Corey has been in the top 3 in confessionals in 3 different seasons. Total Madness last season he was 2nd. Bloodlines he was 3rd place, and then on Invasion of the Champions he was also 3rd place. Even if you don't like Corey, you can't deny that he's been a featured character whenever he's been on the show. In 8th place with 430 confessionals through 10 seasons is Miss Paula Marinick. She finished in the top 4 in overall confessionals for a single season 5 times in her challenge career, had the most confessionals on Cutthroat, and even more amazingly, had the second most confessionals on the Duel 2 despite finishing in 7th place overall. They love to put Paula in the narrator role because she always gave them really good sound bites for episode trailers and season trailers. At the same time, with Corey and Leroy being so close to her and them still being on a season right now, they will likely pass her by the time Double Agents is over. In 7th place with 451 confessionals through 9 seasons is Zach Nichols, and I was shocked to see him this high up on the list. His most famous confessional is when he talked about being a big fan of Disney princesses back on Free Agents. In 6th place with 480 confessionals through 10 seasons is Miss Nani Gonzalez, and I'm a huge Nani fan, but honestly, her confessionals are not that memorable. Her more memorable moments are her hookups, her drama. Confessionals, that's not really what she's known for. In 5th place with 497 confessionals through 14 seasons is Anissa, and Anissa is tied for the most appearances of any female ever. Thus, it's not surprising she's on this list. If anything, her stats for confessionals are kind of low. If you go through the history of the show, she's only been in the top 5 in confessionals once out of those 14 seasons, and it was 5th place on the Duel 2. Anissa, she's known for her reaction faces, but her reaction commentary doesn't hold up as well. In 4th place is where we take a big jump with a total of 753 confessionals through 18 seasons is Mr. Chris Tamborello himself, CT. CT has actually only led a single season in confessionals one time, and that was his first win, Rivals 2. He did come in 2nd place on both Rivals 1 and Exes 1 in confessionals. However, for most of CT's early career, he was near the bottom in confessionals, and that's mostly because his Boston accent was so strong and he wasn't that great at talking into the camera that MTV just couldn't use his confessionals. Nowadays, it's a bit more charming when you can't understand what CT is saying. Back in the day, it was just unusable for MTV. In 3rd place, with a monstrous 774 confessionals through 14 seasons is Wes Bergman, and Wes is the top confessional giver on 3 different seasons. Rivals 1, Fresh Meat 1, and War of the Worlds 1. The guy has always been a main character when on the show, thus it's no surprise he's so high up here on this list. I must note, CT is currently still doing Double Agents, so it's likely that CT will pass up Wes for 3rd all time pretty soon. In 2nd place, with a massive 887 career confessionals through 14 seasons is Cara Maria Sorbello. She has been top 7 in 9 different seasons in terms of confessionals, top 3 6 different times, and had the most confessionals on Vendettas and Bloodlines, the 2 seasons she's won. She might not be the best female challenger ever, but she's at least the most popular in the eyes of MTV in that they've pushed her to the moon. For context of how much more MTV uses confessionals now than they did in the past, if you take Kara's last 4 seasons, Vendettas, Final Reckoning, War of the Worlds 1, and War of the Worlds 2, she has over 420 confessionals on those seasons combined. Meaning, if you take away the rest of her challenge career, she still ends up on this top 10 list. In first place, with a ridiculous 1,334 confessionals in 20 seasons, is Johnny Bananas. He's been number 1 in confessionals on 5 different seasons, which is a record. Those 5 seasons are Total Madness, Final Reckoning, Rivals 3, Exes 1, and The Island. Considering how he acted on The Island, I would have tried to keep him on TV as little as possible. Some reason MTV thought, hey, this misogyny is real good for number 1. Nonetheless, he's obviously been a face of the challenge for such a long time. He's been top 5 in confessionals on 16 of his 20 seasons. Essentially, if he doesn't go home early, he's always been a staple on the show. I don't get it, but there are a lot of Giant Bananas fans out there, so they're eating up this content left and right. Nom 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 nom. He actually accounts for 5% of the challenge's confessionals ever. That's crazy to think about. I hope you enjoyed this informative video. In the comments, drop who you think is the best confessional giver in challenge history. I gotta say, I'm a big Coral fan, I'm a big Devin Simone fan, love some Kahada as well. Who's your favorite confessional giver? As well, drop a like and a subscribe on our page if you aren't already. Have a great day.